Alright, what's up guys? So I'm getting ready to start this project to mount this 12U Unifi cabinet on the wall right over there. But it's going to replace all of this mess right here. I think I told you guys I was going to replace this at some point. Today's the day. So yes, all of this horrible clutter over here, this little table, all that's going to be gone. Everything's going to be in the 12U Unifi rack mounted right there. So we have our template. I have my studs marked out, hopefully. Oh, let me talk about the mounting stuff. All right, so this is what Unifi gives you to mount this stuff. These things, it's like, I don't know, it reminds me of like a toggle bolt type thing. Yeah, so this is what you have to mount it with. But then look at what, they use like a French cleat style mounting thing. So you mount this, there's no way to hit a stud. There's no way you're gonna get both of these into studs. You might get one. You might get one or two, I guess. But anyway, I didn't feel great about that. So I cut out a piece of plywood, and then I'm hopefully gonna hit two studs, like here and here. And then I'm just gonna mount the cabinet to this. So mount the French cleat up at the top right here. And then this whole thing will sit on there and hopefully not fall off the wall. But yeah, got my template ready to go. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Oh yeah, but I didn't tell you guys the actual plan. So over here, this is where all of my runs go. You can see I have them nicely labeled. But yeah, so basically all those are going to come out. Going to unplug everything here. And then on the back side of the wall, we're going to pull everything back through and then go up behind the wall. And everything's going to come in through like this back part of the cabinet. I think we have enough slack. Obviously, we'll see when we get back there. But yeah, it's going to be fun getting back in there behind the wall. So yeah. This is just the first video, just kind of giving you an introduction on what we're doing. Oh, there's a better look at the cabinet, by the way. But got my patch panel up in there. It's 12U, like I said, so super nice. And then the modem, the pies, the Philips Hue bridge, all that's going to chill on a shelf or maybe on the bottom. And then I only have 4 devices right here. I'm going to add my NVR from the server rack. But yeah, all this is going to get moved in as soon as we get it mounted to the wall. I'll try to film as we go. No promises. This might just be a cut to the end. I don't know how this is going to go. So I might just cut to the finished product. All right, I also want to talk about some upgrades that I've done. So that is a mini split, a 12,000 BTU mini split to cover this upstairs room. It's like my studio or office or whatever you want to call it. I also built a streaming PC, started a gaming channel, been doing all kind of stuff. I also upgraded the electrical. I don't know if you can see that, but the outlet on the right is it was a dedicated 20 amp circuit that I installed for the server rack. So the server rack also has one over here. So this is going to be much cleaner. That's part of the 20 amp circuit as well. Yeah, so now with that new 20 amp circuit, the really power hungry stuff can all run on that new circuit, and then the rest of the room still runs on the 15 amp. But yeah, also dedicated electrical, of course, for the mini split, but this makes a huge difference. Absolutely fantastic. Okay, and this is the part where we cut to present day. So here we are, the full rack installed. Most of that cleaned up over there. Need to do a little drywall work, but it's fine. It's so much better. So much better than it used to be. I do have that blue fiber line that just connects a switch that I have in the server rack to my network rack. But yeah, check that out. I'll show you the inside in just a second. I do have this area set up now for B-roll or product reviews or whatever I decide to do here. I do have pretty easy access to Ethernet, of course. This is just a dehumidifier. I had some issues with the mini split actually cooling too well, so like it wasn't. It was getting a little humid in here, but I think I have all that resolved now. But yeah, this is so much better than the mess you saw earlier in the video. All right, so taking a look inside the rack here, we have our 24-port patch panel, followed by the Enterprise XG 10 gigabit switch. The one with the lighting, the ether lighting, that is another 10 gig switch. It's the Pro XG, that's the PoE one, so that runs my cameras and access points. And then lastly, we have the UDM Pro Max, the router. And then we have a few other things plugged in. We have the Philips Hue bridge, that's the Pro, the black one there. And then that is my Pi hole. Also use that for tail scale. It's an exit node, etc. Then I have a Mac Mini running 24/7 headlessly. That's like an Ansible host for me. I just run some stuff from there. And yeah, I do have a smart plug. This rack cabinet has fans. This cabinet has fans, but they're super loud and they only have on and off, so it's all or nothing, 100% or 0. So I set up some automation in Home Assistant to only turn them on whenever it gets above, I think, 90 degrees, 85 degrees, something like that. Oh, and then there in the very back, you can see my Comcast modem. But yeah, super happy with how this turned out. Most of the wiring is clean. I have a few there in the front that I need to reroute, but overall, so much better than it was. Very happy with it. There's my mini rack. I need to do something with that. But yeah, okay, I'm just gonna wrap up this one. But thanks for watching. See you in the next one.